from? Welcome to another edition of Crime Time with DutyRon, retired NYPD detective with 20 plus years in the law enforcement field. And if you like all things true crime related, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll get all things DutyRon when I go live or upload. Hello, Dragonfly. Welcome to another edition. I'm going to wait for a couple of people to come because wow. I go away on a weekend for a destination wedding to another state, and I come back home and all hell breaks loose. I can't even take a couple of days off. Hi guys, thanks for joining. Thank you. So I don't really have much time. I'm out and about on the road. Hi Mimi, thank you to my moderators, the Patreon supporters, the channel members, and all of the folks who always tune in, that hit that subscribe button and leave me comments down below. I'm one of the few creators, and I'm sure there's more out there that I'm not aware of, but I'm definitely one of the creators who answers back on all the comments. I leave my comments open on every video that I upload, and I always answer the comments. So put a 1 in the chat if you are recognizing that I do make an attempt to answer back the comments. I do that for you guys because I respect when you leave a comment. I respect the time that it takes to leave the comment. And I always try it, as long as it's respectful and you guys aren't disrespecting any of my guests or myself, I answer it back. So there you go. Thank you guys. Thank you. Let me just do a quick roll call and get it out of the way and say hello to all of my friends joining in from other states or other countries. Hello, I will make a generic hello to everybody tuning in from outside of the United States or within the United States. I see a lot of people saying thank you for answering me. I do that because it's a respectful thing to do, and you know, not everybody has the time to do it. So it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. So thank you. Thank you to everybody joining. So Misty, thank you for being here. Hi Layla. Hello Breeze. Ruby, great to see you. Hi Brenda. Great. Shannon. Jennifer. Thank you Nicole. Hi Charleston Amy. Keg, good to see you. Hi Kaylee. Outlandish, great to see you. Cat lover. My mother used to always say that. She was a cat lover. Hello Cat H. Good to see you Missy. Royal Blue, thank you. Ashley. Hi Wolf. Wolf lover is here. Mimi J2. Alley Cat. Rachel, thank you for joining. Joshua, great to see you. I'm feeling still under the weather, so I've been out of town for 2 days. So let's address a couple of things that happened while I was away. This is the most pressing things that have happened. Don Wells has been all over his Facebook page. Mother effing Dave Rader from EquiSearch. That happened when I went away. He mother effed Dave Rader, the actual organization, EquiSearch Midwest, who has come to search for his daughter. So he mother effed him and has gone on. Hi Denise, great to see you. How are you, Denise? Thank you for joining. And then he went on to mother F Chris McDonough in the interview room as well. Some of his latest posts are calling Chris McDonough and saying that calling him out and saying that he turned his show into the Jerry Springer show. He said everything disparaging about Chris. And it just is, I want to just say this. If he could badmouth Dave Rader, which he did prior to badmouthing Chris, nobody is not free game for this guy. Everybody's free game. So he's basically just throwing shade at everyone who is calling him out on his criminal history and on some of his behaviors. Dave Rader was there to look for his kids, but I asked him and he offered to me some of his personal opinions. And then at that point, Don must have seen or heard about what Dave Rader said about him and his wife and how he felt about what they were doing and how they were acting. And then he goes and attacks him. Chris McDonough last night on his live stream, he exposed quite a bit of Don Wells' criminal history, We all know about his criminal history. We know that he has sexual abuse and sexual charges against him, and allegations against him for sexual abuse. And I don't think he liked that Chris talked about that he shared a bed with his daughter. Because most parents, my kids slept in the bed with me till they were like 6 or 7 years old. My oldest, he came and used to come running in the middle of the night and slept in the bed with us. But I was never accused, and my wife was never accused of having sexual charges against family members and other folks. So he got pissed off about that. Mimi, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. How are you, Michelle? Great to see you. Love and respect. Always great to see you. So, you know, I'm breaking it down for you. If you can't figure this out on your own and you can't see the pattern of this guy, now you guys all know how I feel about Don Wells and Candace Wells. I, as a law enforcement professional, think their story stinks to high heaven. I get a really bad vibe from the get-go with them. I'm not somebody who changes my opinions quickly. I usually stick to what I feel from the get-go. And when I first saw Don Wells speak about this, I got a bad vibe from him, and I got a really bad investigative sense. And I don't ever change that sense unless someone proves it to me. He hasn't proven to me anything. Hello, North Fork Beauty. Good to see you from Long Island. Welcome. Thank you. So, my 20 years experience as a New York City police officer and detective, I've seen and interviewed thousands of people. So nobody from the internet, no internet detective or, anybody that has no experience in this field is not going to tell me or try to get me to sway my opinion any which way. So I've always felt the same way about them, that they are not honest. They're less than honest people. And I don't care what anybody thinks about that. I'm not here to make anybody feel good. I'm here to tell you the way I feel about this situation. And you could just discount it, and you could say he doesn't know what he's talking about, or you could say, hey, this guy has done a lot more than what I've done in my time. He's in the law enforcement field for a long time, working for the largest police department in the nation, New York City Police Department, largest police department in the United States. So Don, when he is pushed into the corner, hello, Robert Vogel, hello, JR, good to see you, Kit Lee. Thank you, Polygraph. I love that name. I have been to Philly. Yes, I have. So, again, thank you, Charleston Amy. Don Wells has got a history of lashing out against anybody that speaks not good about him. Listen, he's a suspect. He's suspect number one, and suspect number two is his wife. And then it goes on and on and on. There could be 3 or more suspects. You know, at the end of the day, and I know everybody hates when I use that thing, at the end of the day, when I use that term, law enforcement is looking at everybody. They're looking at everybody, and what's most important here is their electronic footprint. And their electronic footprint is going to say a lot about this case. And we're not hearing about it for a good reason. TBI and FBI are not saying much. Thank you, Brenda. TBI and FBI are not saying much about it. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. Diane B. That's my neighbor across the street. There she is, Diane B. She's going up the screen. Always great to see you. Law enforcement. So law enforcement, as everyone loves my accent, law enforcement are keeping this stuff close to the vest, close to the chest. Don't want to get it out there, because this is what they're going to need to make the arrests. This is what they're going to need to get to the bottom of this. They're going to need all that electronic footprint. I'm going to have a computer crimes expert come on to talk to you guys about how long it takes and what it takes to get those pings and to get the subpoenas from the phone companies to get all the records. And we're going to talk about, in a general sense, not in this case, but we're going to talk in a general sense what it takes to get all that electronic footprint and put it together, how much it costs, and what it entails. And we're going to have a pro speak about it. I'm also lined up a canine expert. I'm going to have a dog handler who has worked in law enforcement for many, many years, and she is going to come on and tell us in no uncertain terms what the capabilities are, what the limitations are of the canine. and how accurate they are and how much do they stand up against ground searches. So it's important that we get an education. I'm not here to solve these cases. I am here to give you the law enforcement perspective. And if you like that, I would ask you to consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting the notification bell, and perhaps giving it a thumbs up and sharing out the video onto your social media platform. So we're going to get into that, and we're going to do it. We're going to deep dive into the criminal forensics, the forensics on the computer forensics. That includes cell phone and electronic devices, whether it's an iPad, a computer at home, their home computers. They talk about their kids playing Minecraft and playing all these games. So I'm assuming that they had some type of home computer or some type of device. Those were all taken into custody. And again, you know, people all the time say, you know, how do you judge somebody on their criminal past? Well, guess what? The police do that all the time. You have to judge somebody on their past criminal history, because what they did in the past is indicative of what they do in the future. Not everybody gets rehabbed and goes into a life of crime and then just all of a sudden becomes a choir boy. Not saying that that's not possible. Some people do, rehab themselves and not live a life of crime. But the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie that if you have a criminal history that spans 30 plus years, you're not someone who I'm going to listen to and say, when you tell me your wife passed a polygraph, I don't want to hear it from Don Wells. I want to hear it from the police. I don't believe anything that Don Wells or Candace Wells tells me. And I'll tell you why. Because of their criminal past. You know, there's a saying in the police department: once a criminal, always a criminal. And that might be harsh, and that people might be like, oh my God, how could he say that? Well, we see it over and over again. You know, some people do commit a crime and then say, you know what, I'm never going to do it again, and they don't. But when you have someone that has a long criminal history like Don Wells has, and it involves sexual offenses, it involves burglary, it involves all these different things that we hear about. Thank you. Leopards don't change their spot. But when you look at it, it's showing that this person has a drug issue, has a dependency issue of drugs and alcohol, and he committed burglary and acts of thievery to pay for his drug use and his addictions. Most people, when they're on drugs or if they're addicted to alcohol and drugs, they do things that normal people don't want to do, that normal people won't do. Why do they do it? To feed and fuel their addictions. You know, I've had a good neighbor and friend of mine who had their own kids, their own flesh and blood, steal from them because of their addictions. So that's how it goes. I want to talk to you quickly because I only got a couple of more minutes. The Orrin and Orson West are California City, Bakersfield missing boys. The digital billboards that we've been sponsoring are now up. They're paid for August and September. So on Highway 99 in Bakersfield, this channel, through the generous donations of folks like you, the billboards for the digital billboards that have the Orrin and Orson West, the missing California City, Bakersfield boys, 3 and 4, now 4 going on 5. There'll be a birthday this weekend coming up, are now sponsored all the way into October, the end of September into October, because of generous folks like you. We've sponsored that billboard for 7 months. That's $7,000 of generous donations from folks like you, and I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, and I pray and I thank God that there's generous people like you guys out there who send in the super chats, to send the direct PayPals to me, and we continue to sponsor that billboard that has those kids' faces up there on Highway 99. And you could ask Roro and Jennifer Nobles. That is a constant reminder that those kids are still missing and there's no answer to where they went. So thank God for people like you and a channel like this that is doing the right thing and paying it forward. And we have over $11,000 total invested in those boys. So that is something that I'm so proud of. I'm proud of you guys. It's not all about me, it's about us, and I'm proud of you guys. So much love and respect to everybody who has contributed to that. And we're going to continue to do what we can to bring their names and bring their names to light, to keep their names out there. And I'm going to do a dedicated live. Thank you, Stone Cold, for that super chat. And thank you, Paisley Dreams. Don Wells is saying Candace apologized to him about the latest DB charge. Really? Riled me up. That's a bunch of hogwash. That's, again, I already spoke about that. I'm not going to get into that. But, the October situation that happened with them is just, troubling to me, because I've been around domestic violence cases a long, long time in the 20 years I was a police officer and detective. And it is just continually something that goes on day in and day out to many men and women across the United States and across the world. But anyways, so again, we're going to be scheduling a couple of live streams that are going to give you great insight to the canine unit and the computer crimes squad. Thank you so much, Search and Rescue Canine Mom, for the $20 super chat. Much love. There was a report of remains recovered from the Kern County Golf Course river or pond. Rita, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Bones found. I have already put my feeler out to Dustin Contreras. That is my detective sergeant who works in the Kern County Sheriff's Office. I've already sent him a message. I'm waiting to get back confirmation of that. So hold on to that, folks. I'm going to wait to see what type of confirmation we have. If it's the boys or if it's one of the boys, we'll know about it shortly. I am going to look into it. I don't listen to fake book rumors. I don't listen to all that stuff, but I already have the feeler. I sent the text and an email to him. So please hold up on that until we get confirmation of it. So you'll hear it right here on this channel, whether it is remains from Orrin and Orson West, Sincere and Classic, or not. I don't go by fake book. I don't go by rumors I hear. So I went right to a Kern County active detective sergeant, and I'll get the answer from him. So guys, much love and respect from my house to yours. As I always like to end these things, God bless the world, God bless the United States of America, and God bless each and every one of us here in the chat, and all victims of crime and their families across the globe. Again, from New York City, wishing you a lot of love and respect, and I'll see you on my next live stream. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your donations, guys. Good night. Richella, good to see you. Missy, thank you. Chrissy, love. Isabel, thank you. Teresa, thank you. Yvonne, thank you. Bridget, Wolf Girl, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. I'm seeing all the names come through. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat. I think it was Brandy went through. Hold on, I got to go back. Brandy Cannon, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Everything counts. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Boxing MMA, love you. Thanks, Gary.